Hello teacups, what's brewing? Welcome back to the channel. I've not been here. I know I say that a lot. I was actually quite sick this week. Not like knock you out in bed sick, but like feel awful, however still need to go to work. Because it's nearly the end of term and never surrender. So I was not able to get online this week. I've been feeling kind of gross. This is actually the first day I've got coffee. We're going to see how this hits because I was just feeling sick every time I ate or drank, and so coffee had to go. So not only was I sick and very tired, I also didn't have coffee. Hopefully this goes down okay. I really don't function well without it, hence me always drinking it. Big news! I know we all know it. Big news! She's been demonetized. Oh my god. Seriously, guys, and I know that this is the thinking I'm about to criticize because the fact that she didn't think she could be is insane. But at the same time, there's a part of me that can't believe it's finally happened, you know? We will get into it. Now, there was a new live stream overnight. I will get to that later. Based on the picture of it I saw, it's a good thing that she's not, you know, spiraling or anything. But I have not watched it. We will get into it later, okay? For now, I want to talk about the actual streams she did and then deleted when she got demonetized, and we want to talk a little bit about some of the stuff she said and how it links back to the policy and stuff like that. Now, because we've got quite a bit to go through, I've got Barbecue Chillin's cut downs. She had 2 cut downs, but I think the second one Barbecue Chillin uploaded, because she didn't realize, is actually the first live stream. So I'm going to take the order in reverse. If I've got these mixed up, I'm very sorry. But I did see these posts when they were up, and I do believe the community post I'm about to show you was the first one that went up. All right, we've got a lot to talk about, so let's get started. So as I mentioned, Foodie started with a community post once the news came out. The community post had a PayPal link in. I think Barbecue Chillin's actually talking over this, so give me a second. I really want to go live and talk a lot about how I am screwed because, as you know, I was demonetized and I'm not allowed to use any of my other channels either. We will get back to that. Therefore, I have no income. I will figure out another platform, probably Twitch, maybe something else, but I need to pay my bills. Oh, sorry. But I need to pay my bills like everyone else. I feel like that emoji was in the wrong place for readability. So I will go live if I receive $150 total. The nerve of her! $150 total in my PayPal, and I will stay live for at least a couple of hours. If more is sent, I will stay longer because I just want to talk. If you want to donate, blah, blah, blah. If you want to talk and then ask. Tell it like holding it for ransom. What are you?
Also, apparently Salah got demonetized as well, so...
I wanted to leave this in because I don't know. I'm not sure if he was monetized to begin with, if I'm honest. And even if he had been, he wouldn't have a bank account in Kuwait anymore because he doesn't have a civil ID in Kuwait anymore. I realise if he was monetized, it would be a big old ask of coincidence to say, oh, he's suddenly demonetized. But as far as I know, this is his channel and it was unconnected to Foodie.
I don't even know if he was monetized in the first place. But from what I'm seeing on Twitter and everywhere else, he was monetized and had like memberships and stuff. So I don't know.
It could be as simple as once he left Kuwait, he wouldn't have had a bank account to get paid into because they're not going to pay him in Syria. So it may just be we haven't noticed until now.
You can send super thanks. You can join nothing. His videos do not have any ads. So I'm not sure, but that's what everybody's saying.
Okay, so this, I believe, was the first set of lives. Civil talk.
There's no super chat option. There's no super chat option.
The panic in her voice. I'm pretty sure this is sped up because she was high. Oh God, she was high. And trying to convince people she wasn't. Like, good to know you're so worried about money, you're still fine paying it for THC.
Okay, so they're saying that I got demonetized. So they're saying that...
I thought she was going to say more. Super chats are something you have to enable in the background. It's like a separate option. You turn them on individually, so it's entirely possible she just didn't have them on here.
Foodie Beauty channel got demonetized.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that's because they said violates.
The word there was self-harm. Maybe I'll get dinged for saying it. Who knows?
I'm going to appeal the crap out of it because, number one...
Okay, before we get into her reasons for appealing, I know we went through the policies before, but I want to look specifically at the self-harm policy, and I do have it cut out here. Now, self-harm in regards to her is mainly to do with her food and her issues with food, and how she presents her issues with food. So the other policies of obviously unaliving yourself and things like that aren't going to apply to her. But let's just look at this a little bit. Community guidelines for posting suicide, self-harm or eating disorder related content. YouTube users should not be afraid to speak openly about the topics of mental health, suicide, self-harm and eating disorders in a supportive and non-harmful way. Remember, the big issue they're having right now is the idea that behavior online can trigger behaviors in real life. They don't want people copying, they don't want people taking inspiration from, they don't want people acting on behaviors they see online. However, there are times when content is created that is sensitive and may pose a risk for some users. When you create content that contains suicide, self-harm or eating disorder related topics, take into account the possible negative impact of your content on other users, especially minors and users who may be sensitive to this content. To protect and support your viewers and other users, please follow the community guidelines below. We'll get into those. When creating content related to these topics, not following these community guidelines may result in a strike, removal of your content, or other restrictions to protect users. This community guideline policy applies to videos, video descriptions, comments, live streams, and any other YouTube product or feature. Keep in mind that this isn't a complete list. Please note that these policies also apply to external links to your content. This can include clickable URLs, verbally directing users to sites and videos, as well as other forms. Now, this is mainly non-ED related information, so I'm just going to put this up without reading it through, but you're welcome to see the other things if you want. Feel free to read these through. So that's don't post it. Promoting, glorifying instructions or how-tos, and content that features bullying related to it. Now we get into the part that's a bit more grey, that could be allowable but will be a case-by-case basis. In some cases, we may consider the following criteria when deciding whether suicide, self-harm or eating disorder content should be allowed, age-restricted, remove, or have a crisis resource panel placed on the video. Please note this is not a complete list. So this is mainly discussing educational, documentary, scientific or artistic content. Now, the part of this that applies to Foodie is eating disorder recovery content that includes details which may be triggering to at-risk viewers. This is not a pass to promote any of the disordered behaviors. Now, we recommend using these best practices to content relating to eating disorders to protect your viewers from harm or distress. Focus on the impact of the disorder instead of the details of the disordered eating behavior. Tell your audience that eating disorders commonly cause severe complications. Now, Foodie has repeatedly denied that her food, her eating, is connected to certain things. She says things like, oh, I'm gonna eat this anyway, so I may as well eat it on camera and earn some money. Now, I realise there's more nuance to that. We're gonna get into it a bit later. Number 3, include info and resources for eating disorder prevention and coping strategies. Try to include it in both the videos itself and the description of the video. Foodie's content, when it's based around her eating, while it's not promoting or glorifying as such, it is definitely indulging. She likes to make excuses as to why it's not. How the mukbang era of her channel was really just an excuse to be able to indulge in those behaviors. Now, beyond this, there are other policies within YouTube, because it's not just a case of TOS. You have got the TOS of YouTube itself, you've got the TOS of like AdSense, you've got the YouTube Partner Program rules and policies. So it's a combination, it's a big old Venn diagram of all these different parts that go into being monetized. And one of the interesting things that we hadn't discussed before was some of the monetization policies during appeal particularly. Now, this was reposted by someone on Twitter. Was it DX? I don't remember. I'm sorry. I think it was, but I might be wrong. So previously, when we discussed this, I gave the example of me having other channels, and if this one was demonetized, I could go over to the other channel and still earn money on that channel. Because when you get demonetized, when your monetization gets suspended, it is channel based. So I have my reaction channel here, and I have my budgeting channel, neglected as it is, there. By the way, for anyone who does watch that channel, I'm planning on getting back into it in the new year. I'll probably do a year roundup to discuss that, and then we're going to be going from January. Just as a personal note. So if I got demonetized here, I could keep doing budgeting content there. Now, how much money I'd earn on that is something different, but because my AdSense is monetized on YouTube, because I have monetization status, any money I earn on any channel is okay. Let me explain that a little bit. Everyone has an AdSense account, but all the channels that are monetized go to that one account. When you get banned, that account gets wiped. So you can't monetize anywhere. When you get demonetized, it's channel specific. But when I got monetized on this channel, it also meant that my Milk Tea Chill channel was monetized by default, because they take my views and my engagement and all the things that they count for monetization as already being fulfilled, because they look at the overview towards my AdSense account. So my watch hours and my views were already up for this channel, which meant that any money I earn over on Milk Tea Chilled comes automatically. Now, I earn about £2 or £3 a month on Milk Tea Chilled. If I was just on that channel, I would not meet monetization requirements. But as I'm already here, it kind of drags it up with it. And that is because it's attached to the same AdSense. Now, where Foodie is right now is that her Foodie Beauty channel is demonetized, but the rest of her channels, whatever they are in good standing. Now, to keep monetization, it would mean that she would have to, without the Foodie channel, fulfill the monetization requirements in the other channels, otherwise she'd drop out of the program. I had an old channel ages ago, and I got a notification after I closed that channel down, I can't remember how long after, saying, oh, you haven't made the minimums to be in our YouTube partner program, we're going to demonetize this channel, I understand you're disappointed, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't post on there anymore, I'm not disappointed, because I had taken everything off before I started my reaction channel. That's not the situation Foodie is in right now, but just as a side note. However, this thing that DX reposted in the creator policy is quite interesting. I hadn't seen this before. I read up on it a little bit, and from what I'm reading, I don't know if I'm right, but how I understand it at the moment. Take it with a grain of salt. So one thing that YouTube likes creators to have is non-repetitious content, right? And one of the reasons to have other channels is because they focus on other interests. So I've got my reaction channel here, but I've also got my budgeting channel there. As a YouTube creator, you should remain responsible both on and off the platform. Now, these rules as well also may be some of the reason that Chantel has run into trouble here, and may be the reason that she runs into trouble in the future, because as we're going to discuss later, I think that she actually has the best chance of all the girls to stay monetized. I think the way she's behaving, she won't, but she has the strongest argument. However, in terms of our whole channel being demonetized versus one video, I believe this is relevant. Protect the YouTube community. As a YouTube creator, you should remain responsible both on and off the platform. If we see that a creator's on and or off platform behaviors harms our users, community, employees, or ecosystem, we may take action to protect the community. Beyond the content you upload on YouTube, here are some examples of on and or off platform behavior that we may consider to be inappropriate and result in penalties. Intending to cause malicious harm to others, participating in abuse or violence, demonstrating cruelty, or participating in fraudulent or deceptive behavior that leads to real-world harm. While these behaviours are rare, they can cause widespread harm to the YouTube community and potentially damage the trust among creators, users, and advertisers. It's that last one I think they're the most worried about. Severe violations that cause widespread harm to the community may have repercussions, I was having trouble with that word, beyond standard enforcement actions. These restrictions may include monetization, partner managership, and promotional opportunities. Your channel may lose the ability to serve ads, earn revenue, and potentially be removed from YouTube Partner Program, including losing access to partner management and creator support. So this is where you get into the conversation of when Foodie gave out Dee Dee's mom's address at the nursing home, when she had doxes running through her chat and didn't block them, when she was requesting information on people's personal info because she didn't like what they were saying about her, when she made threats to call CPS, when she said about Charlie Gold that maybe she could probably find her parents. And in terms of abuse and cruelty, all the conversation about the cat. Now, when YouTube allows this, it shows advertisers that YouTube can't be trusted to advertise on, and that tends to cause trouble. Also, interestingly, I looked into it, and apparently the reason they don't pay what you've already earned, even if you get demonetized, is because they reimburse the advertisers for putting stuff out on your videos. I'm not sure if I believe that or not, but that is their reasoning that they bring out. So that's why she won't get paid if this appeal does not go through. Speaking of the appeal, the really interesting thing right over here. Creator responsibility. The success of your channel in the YouTube Partner Program is dependent upon the willingness of advertisers to associate their brands with YouTube content. The earnings of all YouTube creators are negatively impacted when advertisers lose trust. We don't allow egregious behavior. Historically, you've not been great at enforcing it. That has a large negative impact on the community. This policy means you should be respectful of your viewers, your fellow creators, and our advertisers, both on and off YouTube. If you violate this policy, we may temporarily turn off your monetization or terminate your accounts. This may apply to all your existing channels, any new channels you create, and the channels you appear on regularly. And this is the part that stuck out to me. If any of your channels have been demonetized or terminated, you should not create new or use existing channels to get around these restrictions, or apply to the YouTube Partner Program with related channels during your suspension period. Doing so could lead to the termination of all channels. Now, this is how I'm reading this. There are two ways that YouTube can respond to an appeal. Either they say, yes, you're right, we made a mistake in this instance and we'll reinstate you, in which case any money you've earned during them investigating that part will go back to you. Or they can say, no, we uphold this, we believe that your content is not suitable, you remain demonetized, you lose your payment, your most recent payment that they haven't given to you yet, anything that was still to be paid, and you have the right to change your content and reapply in 90 days. So if they allow you to come back, it's the same account. If you have to reapply, essentially you have to reprove, you have to go through the whole progress as if you were a new applicant and prove that your channel is suitable for the YouTube Partner Program. And here is the difference there. While you're appealing, you're not allowed to delete anything. You have to send a video to them justifying why you believe your channel should stay, and anything on your channel is fair game to them. Whether you've got it privated or not, if it's in their servers, they can look at it. So Foodie would have to send a video saying, hey YouTube, this is why I believe you should uphold my channel. And she would have all of her content, public or not, open for scrutiny. Now, from how I'm reading this, during that appeal time, she should not be monetizing on her other channels. Like, while we're making this decision, don't fuck it up. Now, once that appeal process was over, I believe if she wasn't uploading content that was against YouTube policy, that she could upload on other channels. Like, she could go over to the Bisa show, which is what she's done, once the fate of Foodie Beauty had been handled. That is how I'm understanding that. Because she would no longer be suspended, she would not be part of it. I could be wrong. However, when I talk about earlier YouTube wanting to see kind of unique content, different types of things on different channels, that would also depend on her bringing other content. So if she just wanted to do the same content she got demonetized for, but on the Beezer show, that seems like an area they wouldn't be too happy about. Because they've already said once, no, this isn't suitable for monetization, and therefore you've got to build up a new type of content and remove the content that's not okay over 3 months. Basically, be a good girl for 3 months, and once we've seen a change in your behavior, we'll consider giving you back your privileges. That's not what Foodie's doing. All right, I've talked about this for half an hour. So now you've got all that information, we're gonna just look through how she's discussing this as she talks about how she is going to appeal it. Because guys, the way I want her to bring this attitude into an appeal video. Let's look at this.
They said that's because it says violates. I'm going to appeal the crap out of it because
Please
number
do.
one, if they say it's for mukbangs, period, I have an email from them, from the appeal center, from the policy center, saying that my video when I was eating the pizza didn't violate as policy.
Okay, that one video might not have. I'm assuming her whole channel got mass reported. Because once people saw that the other girls had been demonetized, like I said before, there was blood in the water. When people know it's possible, they become dedicated. But the absolute arrogance of her to say, no, despite the fact that all the others have been demonetized, I'm gonna keep going because I'm special.
So they're like so confused with their policies. I hate that. Like,
And
it's
that, they're so confusing with their policies, which is what I think she meant. They're so confused with their policies. They're just so dumb that they can't enforce their own policies. Can you imagine this attitude with a human reviewer? I need it to happen. I need her to send in this video, and God, I want to see it.
so stupid. I said, so you shouldn't demonetize the whole channel. Like because number one, I mostly just go live these days and talk, right? And if I have dinner, whatever, I don't do like a lot of videos.
She doesn't. And this was the argument I had in the terms of, if you were to look at recent content, if I were going to argue it, I would say, okay, you can see there has been a huge change in my content and what I've been presenting over recent years. And therefore, I believe it would be much more justifiable to say, okay, remove older content that now no longer adheres to the new content rules, which I am happy to do, but do not demonetize the channel.
And this new policy just like came to be, you know?
It didn't just come to be, they're just being more consistent and more aggressive in how they apply it.
And it's like, you do realize that you made probably billions of dollars off the mukbang industry, and now you just want, and so you have these people who built livelihoods and have mortgages and families.
I want this verbatim in the argument video, please. You do realize you've made billions off of us. Oh man, I need this attitude. And she's gonna think she's being so logical.
Fucking everything, okay? No, I'm not complaining. I'm not surprised, Plush Queen.
You seem a little bit surprised. I mean, a life of no consequences on the internet, I suppose, has led her to this.
So yeah, I'm not surprised. Trust me, I'm just giving my thoughts about it.
Just give your thoughts to the YouTube reviewer, please.
So, instead of completely demonetizing these channels, give them a chance. Like, give them a warning. Like, okay, this is going to be a new policy, and, you know...
They did, in fact, give chances and warnings.
We're going to demonetize your channel. I don't know. Get rid of these videos. Or just let them delete videos off your channel. I don't know. Like...
Yeah, they should put the millions of hours needed to go through the entirety of YouTube to be responsible for your content. No, as a creator, you have responsibilities.
compared to most of my content. And furthermore, the whole thing stipulates, the whole terms of service thing, it says that we don't want your channel or content promoting or glorifying eating, which mine does not trust me.
I don't trust you as far as I can throw you. Let me give you an example, and this is old content, which is why I'm saying that I believe that she has more of an argument than the other girls, but she's equally stubborn as the other girls. So she will shoot herself in the foot. Here are some things that she has promoted in the past. Medical medium diet, raw fruits diet, grape fasting, water fasting, potato diet, I think, juicing, high vibrational food. Remember that one? And she's given all this pseudoscience as to why it's a good idea. More recently, she did it with that fiber drink that only had 3 grams of fiber in it. And she's actively shown herself going against doctors' advice for her health issues because she believes that certain things are healthy for her. That is an example of imitatable behavior that people may be influenced on. It's not glorifying it, but it is advising things that could be harmful. And on top of that, she's had the reactions the next day when sanity comes in. Like, she did high vibrational food, and then the next day she's there eating eggs and bacon going, this is not high vibrational food. Guys, my ED is just so bad, I just couldn't face the raw mangoes, or whatever it was she was gonna eat. And then she would discuss mentally why she was finding it so difficult. That is all behavior they'll be able to see, because she didn't delete that off her channel, she just privated it, so they've got access to it.
It actually talks about, like, from a personal standpoint, just like my hardships with it usually. And
usually? No, usually it's, I know I shouldn't be eating this, but.
I've done like a few videos. I knew that it could happen. So what should I do now? I don't know what I'm going to do now.
That's nuts to me. With Girl World actively going through this, she's the last one. She was the last one standing in the traditional group. So I understand thinking I've gotten through a lot, it'll never happen. And the fact that she did get her channel back after it was banned just made this worse because she feels invincible. We've always said she's got that cockroach-like way of surviving. And with the whole community talking about it, the fact that it's taken her this long to get some backups in place is also kind of insane. Like, she was talking about it the last day or so, but as we said last React, she really should have monetized another channel first, because it's the gap that's going to be the problem. It's the fact that she's going to have lost earnings for this month, and November is a good earning month. So now any money she made that was due to be paid on the 21st, so any money from the 1st of November when she moved into Canada, which would have been a bump up, right up until the 30th of November, she no longer has access to right now, and she would have been depending on that money.
This is my job. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm so tired of trying to explain to people that social media is a job because you earn money.
No one is arguing that social media can't be a job. I think people are telling her to get a job, which now that she's unemployed would be a good idea, if impossible for her to do, for all the reasons we have discussed before. But because she's angry, she's now turned this into an argument of, why don't you think this is a job? We do think it's a job. You've just been fired.
Social media. We get paid to interact with people. That's what we do. I don't care if you don't see it as a real job. It is, because we make money. And then you start to...
Well, you don't make money anymore.
Rely on that money to pay your bills.
Absolutely you do. Everyone relies on their job to get the money to pay their bills. It doesn't mean it's impossible to fire you. If you go against the rules of your job, you can get fired. That is true of any job, on or offline.
How did I not follow the rules? I followed the rules.
The half an hour of talk I've just done would imply otherwise.
That's what I'm going to argue to the death of it if I have to somehow. I don't know.
Somehow,
because,
you don't
honestly,
know.
I'm not glorifying eating.
Imitatable behavior is the issue. She is not a glorious presence. I wouldn't say looking at her, you'd think, oh, I want to physically be in the same condition she's in. But that doesn't mean she hasn't presented behaviors that she's claimed are going to be good for her that have been hugely detrimental. And even now, she's massively high and she calls her THC her medicine.
I usually talk about like stuff that I found that's educational about, you know, culture and
No, she doesn't. She uses things she's found on various websites to justify why she's doing a crazy eating routine that doesn't match what actual doctors say.
you know, not in a good way, and I'm not promoting anything negative. Like I'm actually against anything that could be harmful to.
If you're saying, I think eating this way will make me better, that is promoting it, whether you're right or wrong.
People wanting to lose weight, you know, so just mentioning weight, I guess, at all, you know what I'm saying? And this channel's not about that, but the new terms of service, anyways, I feel like that's what it's.
Your channel has historically been about that, and it will look at your whole channel. If it's demonetized your whole channel instead of a certain video, it's looking at your whole channel.
I feel like it's really touchy because it's like, can we not even eat a meal? Can we not even eat?
I mean, if you've got a whole life and your channel's not about that, why do you need to eat on camera? Would be maybe a question. But yes, if you had a different channel history, you could probably eat something on camera.
I mean, I guess, like, what if I go out for a day, but just like, hold on for half an hour, guys. I have to eat my lunch because I'm a fat person and I want to eat. So I'm not allowed to
monetize it. No.
Anything on camera, like.
No. If she were going out to theme parks and saying, "Oh, guys, there's a new snack at Disney whatever. I've been wanting to try this for ages. Let's give it a go. Oh, it's so good." Like one bite. You've seen those people who do that. She could do that. She's not doing that.
I demand answers. So I'm gonna go live.
I demand answers. Do it.
Until it gets taken down, whatever.
Bear in mind she got paid $150 to be here. Because it will get taken down if she's not careful.
And then I'll be on Twitch. I posted that on my community post. I posted it on the community tab on the Foodie Beauty channel.
Apparently she couldn't figure out Twitch. I don't know.
Not this one. But eating is a human thing that even fat people have to do. So demonetizing a channel and saying it's not for an overweight person to eat?
That's not what they're saying. They're saying it's against our policies for you to have a channel mainly based around behaviors that people could copy if they had a disordered way of thinking.
And judging how much they can eat? Like, are you a dietitian? Do you know what I mean?
I need that. Are you a dietitian? I need it. Guys, I'm sure it's not, is it possible to post the video you put defending your channel to YouTube? That would be content for me. I need that. If she gets monetization back, which I kind of doubt she will, especially with this attitude, but if she does, can we request that she put the video up? Please, please? I need it. That should be the first thing she does.
Do you know what this person is eating the rest of the day? It's just so assumptive. It's like
if you are asking, well, you don't know what I eat the rest of the day, then that would imply what you're eating on camera is a B word.
Presumptuous. Oh, Salah. I'm so used to saying I want to be like, hey, hello.
Salah's
Hi
back.
everybody, thank you for being here on this channel, by the way. I mean, am I not on? Wait a minute. Which channel am I on right now, guys? Because I went live on Salah and Chantal, right? You are on the couples channel. Yeah, I'm on the couples channel. Okay.
Why was she confused?
Don't turn me
Just
out.
being high.
It won't let people super chat. When I go into the monetization, it says on, and it lets people join membership. Can you post the PayPal link, huh?
So apparently Salah went into her studio and fixed that setting, which means that Salah has the password. He has actual access to her studio, not just as like a mod. He can look at monetization settings. How effing dangerous is that? Why would you do that? Now, as I said, all channels will go to the same AdSense. So that means she is giving him full access to fuck her over in her studio.
It's so hard. I
She's
don't feel
so
comfortable.
high in this.
This account was already monetized. So
Yes, it was.
says in my email I got from them that I should not try to monetize the new content.
So this then, she put it into the community post saying I shouldn't come on this other channel. And then she says in this live, yeah, I shouldn't be doing this while enabling monetization. I'm guessing that's why she deleted this. But that's just going to go worse for her because now when she does the appeal, they're going to say, hey, we see here you went live on this channel and enabled monetization for this, and that is against our policies, and you have shown knowledge that it's against our policies. So why should we believe your behavior is going to be better when the first thing you did is break a policy you were aware of?
But I don't think it said anything about,
No, you said no. You said in your community post, I can't go on any of my other channels. And you've just admitted it there.
Being able to use this one, it's still monetized.
You were told not to use it.
Be monetized, actually.
Oh,
Because
you try to backpedal now.
You cannot send super chats.
That's a
It's
separate
not
setting.
monetized.
It is monetized because adverts can still be run on it. YouTube is worried about the advertisers saying, why the F are you running our content on her content?
What the heck? Okay, here's the thing. I literally said that I after they came out with this policy and demonetized Amberlane, I did a pizza mukbang at my island here, okay?
Yes, you did.
People mass reported it.
Yes, they did.
I got an email. This violates self-harm policy.
So generally, when things get mass reported, it's AI taking it down, but it's human reviewer if you appeal, generally speaking.
I appeal it. 15 minutes later, this does not violate our policy. So I thought it was okay to eat food, which a human being does.
Okay, I don't know why you would extrapolate the circumstances of one video onto your entire channel, because you do not eat food that way over the course of your entire channel. And again, it comes down to entitlement and arrogance that she thinks she would be the exception to this rule.
Master Millie, welcome to VIP's Club. Oh, thank you, dear.
That is creepy. But also, oh, it's not monetized, but people can join memberships? Chantel.
Pumpkin Pie, Dollar Sky, welcome to VIP's Club. Oh, welcome, dear. Come on in. I have to plan starting tomorrow. I'm not planning right now.
Yeah, because it's more important to get high. She probably couldn't have planned anything useful in this state, but, again, supremely unbothered for something that is going to be life-altering. I think she still believes, no, I'll appeal and they'll realize they're in the wrong.
To end the live here, because it might be a glitch, and I'm going to delete this. We're not going to talk about anything about you-know-what.
Well, too late, because once it exists for them.
We're just going to decide what to do, and
they're going to have it in their servers.
So come right back, or else.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. So after that, she had another live, and she's even higher in this one, if that's possible. I suppose it was hitting her. Okay, she did also put up a community post, if I get booted from YouTube altogether, you'll find me on Twitch, and she put up her Twitch link. Clip show channels. If she moves to Twitch, I'm relying on you. Barbecue, you hear me? Just saying, I know you're out there. Tired and talkative.
Just discouraged. I feel like I keep, just getting knocked down and stuff.
And she does in some ways, but she very much paints the target on her own back there. She had extra time from the other girls. She could have completely restructured her channel before they came and looked at it.
Oh. Hey! Oh my... No!
She does not have the patience for a cat at the moment.
I'm trying to think of where I can put the TV. Lock it in a closet.
She still doesn't seem to think that maybe the extra energy could be helped if the cat had a cat tree that could actually climb and so wouldn't climb other pieces of the furniture. Just as a thought.
Mounted. Poor kitty. Yeah, poor kitty. You don't care about the kitty because you clearly don't care that her livelihood, her source of income for treats and stuff, got taken away.
It's not our responsibility to care for your cat. Clearly our fault. It's not our responsibility to take care of your cat. And this is exactly what people told you about having pets, which is regardless of your status on YouTube, you should have some money put aside so that your pets are cared for regardless. So she's not getting paid now. She's not going to take the cat to a vet, and it's going to be your fault.
I swear people have no brain.
How can you be so brainless as to not give me extra money? God, you guys are stupid. Pay me.
You care about the cat, you wouldn't care when you were blocking it. You care?
She was blocking quite a lot in this.
I have to figure out something.
Yeah.
I'll do it tomorrow when I have a clear mind. I'm so tired. No, you don't have to do that, Maggie.
Tired enough to stay offline? No. So having admitted that she knew the policy, she's come online. a second time.
Keep your hard-earned cash. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm putting it towards rent then. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay,
That's
so
like
people
my
are
priority
paying
is
her.
rent, obviously.
Obviously, your priority should be rent. Remember, we know that she didn't have money, yeah? So when we say living paycheck to paycheck, this paycheck particularly was important and would have been maybe a little bit more generous than usual because of how YouTube pays.
Because I don't think that they pay you. That's the thing, like, I'm not glorifying eating. What are you talking about? Yep.
Okay, well, I thought we weren't talking about this. Her problem here is reading comprehension. She looks at what it says, she's like, nah, that's not what it is, but doesn't look at the context of it and doesn't do well critically applying it to the content she's put out over years.
My plate of meatloaf and mashed potatoes is kind of big. I mean, what are you going to say? Oh, well, you're fat, so if you have two slices of meatloaf there, that could kill you. So you have too many videos of you eating too many things, so you're...
No, but you do have videos saying that the food you eat is killing you. You do have videos recommending ways of eating that will make your condition worse, according to medical professionals.
You're not allowed to have, you've been on YouTube for 7 years, but
You do sit here high as butts saying that it's your medicine and it helps you sleep.
That's it. Yes, it is what it is, Michelle, because that's what they said it is.
She's so
But anyways, I think we're going to
She's so angry.
platforms.
Bring this
I need a
energy.
new career.
Bring it.
I'm not stoned out of my mind slurring.
She really, really was. This is sped up, and you can tell through the speed up.
literally tired. It's almost midnight. Maybe when anyone happy. I don't remember you really. Like,
That is real life speed. Tell me again how you're not high. Tell me. You're so high, you can't recognize how you sound.
anyways, by the way, cannabis is legal in Canada.
Yes, it is. But much like other legal substances, that doesn't mean that it's not open for abuse. You can abuse legal substances.
It's not an illegal substance. The problem is with my other channel is like, why bother?
Why bother? Here are some reasons you might want to upload non-monetized videos on your channel. Number one, it keeps your audience, which you are going to need if you end up appealing and getting your monetization back. You are especially going to need it if you end up having to wait 3 months in order to reapply for the whole program. Two, it gives you an opportunity to upload content that YouTube might approve of. If your monetization fails and in 3 months you have to apply again, you can say, look, I realized that you upheld it and you saw my channel as not adhering to the rules. However, here is the content for the last 3 months. As you can see, I've adjusted what I've done to make sure that I am adhering to those rules now. And as you can see, in the last 3 months, I've gone through my content and I've deleted anything that I feel might be against those policies. I understand that you're no longer supporting this, and I'd really like my monetization back. So you can see evidence of my change in behavior. Foodie thinks, oh, I'm not getting monetized, so why bother? Instead, I'll go directly against their rules on this channel to ensure they look on me less kindly when they're looking at how my behavior might potentially change or stay the same. This is the problem with having no vision of the future, no kind of long-term thinking. I'm not getting what I want in this moment, and therefore it's pointless to build something that might be useful later.
Why bother? And then, if I get booted from YouTube, I guess
Because she has no intention of changing her behavior.
on Twitch. If she appeals, it will absolutely be denied. How come? You think it's from the mukbangs?
I'm gonna guess it's gonna be from your review video. But yes, I think the way you've dealt with this, even if they were inclined to say, okay, yeah, no, you've turned it onto travel content a lot in the last few years. The fact that this is how you've responded when this has happened is not going to work in your favor. Now, as I said, and I realize being this critical of her, I'm not really putting it on the other side. She has had other things. She has had, sorry about the cut. My friend was just messaging me to ask what I wanted from Subway because I'm going over to her house later. So she has had a change in content while she's been traveling the Middle East. And I think that's her strongest argument if she makes it well. To say, please don't demonetize my channel. I realize my previous content was not correct. However, I think it would be a lot more fair given that it's been quite a long time with the food content. If that's the reason you're demonetizing me, then please give me a chance to delete that content and I will start fresh from a certain date where the content doesn't reflect this issue as much. Or I will be willing to wipe my channel if you feel that's going to be too difficult to quantify. And just beg them that way. Now, that won't help her with the YouTube creator on and offline behavior policy if they've also applied that. But if that's the reason they're saying that she's not permitted on YouTube, then do what you're told, get all your food offline, do something else with your channel, or don't showcase your eating and do the same thing with your channel, up to you. There's a difference between what YouTube allows and what her audience will take, but that is the argument I would go with in terms of, hey, my entire channel should not be demonetized because the last 3 years had been mainly content in this area, and therefore I understand the argument for individual videos perhaps being demonetized, and I'm happy to work with you on that. I'm happy to put my channel private while we work on that during this appeals process, but please consider as an ongoing thing that you allow my channel to remain, but perhaps we work together on shaping the form of it. I don't know how successful that would be, but that would be how I would approach it.
Your content? How do you determine what's feeder content?
I think this is the attitude she's going to bring, though.
It's so stupid. Can we block this dumb?
Listen, you're being so stupid. How dare you take my livelihood away even though I've broken your rules? I shouldn't be this excited, but the way she's going to shoot herself in the foot. Like, she has a chance, and I don't think it's an insignificant chance, to re-monetize her channel. I don't think she's going to take it. I think she's going to make it so much worse, and the entertainment in that. Knowing that she had a chance and she did it to herself. I mean, all you can do really is watch. And this is why perhaps I don't feel that bad. On one hand, I don't like the idea of anyone really struggling because this is her livelihood. But on the other, with her working so overtly against herself with her behaviors, okay, go to Twitch and scramble. She's not out of options. She can go to other platforms, but it's going to make her struggle in a way that, frankly, she could have been a lot more sensible about. So, hello, what's this? The consequences of your own actions? Okay.
Can we block? Yes, thank you.
Of course we can.
Bye.
What you need now is less audience.
PayPal and beg every live stream now because I don't.
Because you seem to think you deserve people giving you money when you directly went against the rules and are still actively breaking them? Yeah, okay.
No. Be quiet, hand talks. What the fuck is this guilt tripping? This unnecessary, negative, dramatic guilt tripping. Are you ban evading? Report.
I mean, you're not ban evading because you're not banned, but are you remonetizing a channel that YouTube says you can't remonetize while you're appealing? Yes, you are. You appear to be. Like, roll your eyes and get angry because you're being called out and doing things you shouldn't do. Okay, it's entertainment, but.
Not giving up on the channel, but I don't think that I'm going to
have the intelligence to get it remonetized and the consistency to keep to non-violating content. Yeah.
Like, why would I post primarily on that channel when it's not? There's no monetization. There's no incentive
for all the reasons I just told you.
And I know that this will be demonetized too, and like probably by the morning.
I have no idea if it's still monetized. I know she deleted stuff.
You know, but okay. So Twitch 1, so no kick. Yeah, but they're saying that kick pays you monthly or weekly or something. Is that true?
Oh, also, in terms of her having a separate AdSense, in terms of a personal AdSense, no, you can't. You cannot have channels tied to multiple AdSense accounts, and you cannot have multiple AdSense accounts to yourself. There is an exception with business. You can have a business YouTube, I suppose. And I know there was a question when she got banned the first time that she registered the other one as a sole trader because she had said it was an LLC, and then people looked it up and were like, you registered as a sole trader. Now, I don't know exactly how Canadian law defines that. I know in British law, you're a sole trader, so you are the business and the business is you. And I know that because I am a sole trader with this channel, because in order to pay my taxes on this channel, I have to register for self-assessment. And so I had to be a sole trader in order to be able to declare my taxes for this. So I didn't need a separate bank account for that. I just needed them to know that I was receiving the income. It's possible that Foodie has a separate bank account for whatever she called that business, the Visa Show, whatever it was. It opens up a whole nother problem with her having a business as part of her taxes, which we did talk about at the time, because she was then saying, okay, she's an employee. And we were like, well, that's not going to make the situation better, because we researched what being an employee meant and what she had to pay in terms of other tax rates. But I suppose there's a slim possibility that if she has a different bank account that is connected to this channel, that this channel may be considered completely separately to her Foodie Beauty account. I don't know if that's the case, because frankly, I can't remember. I can't remember what she admitted to. Hopefully at some point, a suggestion for any clip show channel. If you are coming up with retro stuff, please go back to the Foodie time with the Visa Show and do a retro of what she said about her bank account, because that would be very useful to modern day. Thank you. Now, if she's got a separate bank account, it's possible she's got a separate AdSense. The information would still be attached to her because she would be the owner of the business, but it would be considered separately for monetization. But then if she comes onto this channel and she is doing the same content, it's open to the same criticism and open to the same rules. So if she's breaking the rules on this channel, it's going to get demonetized as well. But best case scenario for her, if this is considered a separate AdSense because it's a business, then this channel is safer than her Foodie Beauty channel, and she could monetize it. Anyone wants to bring up that old live, if they've got it anywhere, I would love to see it, because that's actually an interesting question.
Can't I do both? Yeah. No, I can't. I could. No, you don't have to meet monetization rules, right?
I think she's talking about the other platforms here.
You have to go through the whole process again whenever, like if they say, okay, you've been approved to be able to be monetized.
Okay, I don't know anything about the monetization on other platforms. Apparently one will pay you like an hourly rate, like a salary, from what she's saying, but you have to apply for that as a secondary thing.
So then you have to reapply. Of course, by the way, I'm gonna like hustle and friggin' grift all I can, because like
when she says hustle, I think she just means grift. Hustle would be get over to Twitch, do your lives, build it up, get it monetized. She'd be live there right now.
They're not gonna pay it. They're not gonna pay me. So
yeah, they're not gonna, if she fails her appeal, they're not gonna pay her. And the appeal is a process itself. She has to wait for that process to finish, and I don't know how long that takes. So if she's successful and she gets the money, she's still gonna have to wait, which means that she has got to make enough. Now, it seems like her deal on Rentwood, she doesn't have to pay till February, but she's got no money now. And if she's got no means to get it, she can't remonetize until if her appeal fails, whatever date that is, 3 months from then, she's going to be in trouble. And you think she's going to be able to resist buying gummies? You think she's going to change her lifestyle so that she's not eating out so much? I would love to see it.
It's true, it's not funny, but like, why not? I earned that already. I'm going to be grifting. Yeah, it's like...
I would actually agree that if you earn money, it should be paid, but then that's when that message from YouTube comes in, when it's like, no, if we've wrongly monetized content that shouldn't be monetized, we reimburse the advertisers.
I'm not happy about this at all. Yeah, I need vet money too. I need money for everything. Yeah.
I need vet money. No, I couldn't have planned that in advance.
If I don't make money off of a platform, I'm not going to be on it, period. You know?
Okay, no, strop out. Have a strop, Foodie. I'm sure it will benefit you in the long term.
They're saying, oh, you should get a job. Get a job. If I get a job, I'm not coming on here.
Yeah, threaten us, that'll work. If you got a job, I would be so shocked. Foodie actually, in a personal sense, non-financial, needs the attention of a platform, be it YouTube, be it something else. She will never be offline permanently. And if nothing else, she's going to need someone to complain to about her job. I don't think for a second she can get one, but she's going to need someone to complain to. Now, with experience in the medical admin field, perhaps somewhere an online job, like a call center job to do with medicine, might be a fit for her, but she doesn't have any recent experience, so it's still going to be hard for her to get.
So, you said you wanted a job. The problem is they're not consistent with their policies because...
The problem is you're unemployable.
I don't glorify it at all.
She's getting really stuck on that word and not applying it correctly.
What I was having to eat is not, like, you know?
And again, it's not your past 4, 5, 50 videos. They demonetized your whole channel, which means the majority of the channel would be against terms of service, which is why they didn't just demonetize those videos. If the majority of your content does not fit, your channel goes down.
I don't know. It's stupid to me anyways. Anyway, if they deny my appeal, I'm not coming on here.
Alright. Bet. Don't come on. I dare you. That is a full-on threat to her viewers, and I don't know who she thinks she's threatening. I will cut off my nose to spite my face. Don't. You need all the body parts that aren't rotten. Who are you going to hurt except yourself? You'll lose what little audience you have left. You'll lose the ability to prove that you are able to change your behavior enough to be monetized again. You'll hustle over on another platform. It will take time to get monetized and you won't be able to earn things. You can abandon the platform. You can go out in a strop, but beware of the consequences, because it's her living with the consequences, not us. We can get entertainment in this regardless.
I'm gonna work on this channel, guys. I know, but I had like good revenue from members on that channel.
Yeah, she had good revenue over on that channel because she's not building a new audience. And how much of the audience that she has do you think are going to be like, oh, well, if it stopped, I'm not going to bother re-upping. It's not been very interesting recently. Because she was relying a lot on people who weren't really paying attention and were just letting it go.
Oh, Habibi.
Oh, Salah's back.
Thank you, Habibi. Going to pay directly into my PayPal. Yes, please. Are you divorced? What does that matter? So I have to treat him like he has a disease? Like,
No, she was hoping in a year, if she was a good little girl and followed his instructions, they'd look at things again. That seems to be the conversation they were having. Interesting then that in her next live that we won't talk about today, she had shaved her head, but in a way of like hacking off bits of the hair she had, in that way she did when she was trying to prove to Nada, look what you do to me because of Didi. And she was sitting there without the hijab. So chances that Salah has maybe taken a step back because she's now demonetized, I guess we'll see. I haven't watched it yet.
I can't be civil with him, like, I'm just relaxing, chilling out. So I'm trying to figure out alternative things to do. Are the super chats working, guys? Someone super chat $1,000. Why can I just ask how you get pleasure in like just somebody's downfall?
Well, when you showcase yourself in the way you have, and you pitch yourself against so many people, you do so many unsavory things, people are not sorry. I wanted for this thumbnail to put "No one mourns the wicked," but Zachary Michaels beat me to it. What you're seeing here is a huge manifestation of your own consequences. When things happen unintentionally to people who don't deserve it, people don't rejoice. That is not the situation Foodie currently finds herself in.
I'm tired. Yeah, I am.
They're mad and tired.
Oh, hey. No.
You could get up and stop this.
Hold on a second. Alright, I think I'm gonna go. Well, I wanted to come live and like talk about it because it's a dreadful thing. I'm not slurring my words.
She was absolutely slurring her words. She was so high she couldn't tell how she sounded.
I need to have marathon streams to monetize my Twitch.
She didn't end up going on Twitch. I think she was trying to read the rules of how to get monetized quickly, and I think she just didn't understand them.
I am slurry?
Yes.
I don't notice.
Doesn't
like,
shock
I literally,
me.
that's how I just want to be like that. Like, just be silly and weird and have fun.
Okay, be silly, be weird, have fun. It's been a while since we've had fun deliberately on your part. We make our own fun, but it's been a while since you've inspired it. But being silly, being weird, and being fun has nothing to do with food or anything else. So your life is pretty empty. I'd start filling your life up and then you'll have more to share.
I don't, like, there's not a single ounce of drama, like the need for drama. No,
And yet here we are.
It's literally like 1 a.m. after 1. Or just chill out for the night one. Like when I go live at night, yeah, pretty chill and medicated.
Yeah. And it's night now. So why are you sitting there telling us you're not?
I don't know. I don't feel like even dealing with it tonight. I feel like just getting off of here and just relaxing, but I have to figure something out.
Yeah, you
I'll have to do
do.
what I have to do, you know? I don't like doing content for free. My content is chatting.
Yeah. And if people are willing to watch it, I am people, then so be it. But if you're trying to build a new audience and convince them to come over to another platform with you, you might want to offer a little bit more. And once again, doing content for free, think of it as investing your time for a later payoff because you've lost your ability to get paid. You are investing your time for later reimbursement.
Well, I wanted to also cook, but what kind of content are we left with? Like, what can we do at this point? Like, what if I went on vacation somewhere and I wanted to review the food in my hotel room?
How would you afford going on vacation? You could go and review the food in the mall. And I said before, remember, I thought we were going to see a pivot into a lot of reviews. Now, ignore the fact that she is pathetically bad at describing any kind of food for a foodie. It wouldn't shock me if she tried.
Would that be like, you know, oh my gosh, I need to put my jacket up. She loves to like suckle on it and hide inside it and scratch on it.
Her and the
I need
words.
to reach out to them and ask them that. Like, so can I cook a meal, or is that illegal for 5 people to do? Or
Ask them with exactly that tone and wording, please. I want to hear the sarcasm you get back.
oh, okay, I'm stressed out to the max. See you guys.
Bye. All right. So that's where we are. I am going to watch her other live and just see her spiraling. See what she's trying to achieve by hacking her hair off. And hopefully I'll get back to you with that. It's currently noon here. I've got my cleaner coming, so I do have to go out. I'm going to try and get this edited and up. And hopefully you'll see me soon. All right, guys. Bye-bye.